Okay, let's dive into this explainer. We're unpacking a totally counterintuitive, almost crazy secret to building massive wealth.
So, do you think the absolute smartest financial decision of your entire life is buying stocks?
Nope, the absolute smartest move might literally just be keeping your current car. Sounds crazy, right?
Let's set the stage. Picture two regular people bringing home the exact same salary every single month. But here's where they split. Person A goes out and buys a brand new car every 3 years. Person B, well, they choose to drive that exact same reliable car for 10 straight years. Let's move to and see how this builds. We're going to fast forward exactly 10 years into the future. And this brilliantly illustrates how person B has stacked up some serious, life-changing wealth by investing those savings. Meanwhile, it's a harsh reality for person A who is still completely stuck living paycheck to paycheck.
So, the crucial point is that this one single everyday car decision totally dictates your financial trajectory.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how this choice secretly makes you $400,000.
Looking at these radically different outcomes, you gotta ask yourself, which financial path are you currently driving on? Hey, let's jump into why replacing your car too soon is actually a massive financial trap. Take Jake here. He just snagged a promotion and immediately bought himself a brand new SUV.
Now, he thinks it's a lifestyle upgrade, but honestly, he just started a huge financial leak.
So why do we do this? What invisible forces drive us into replacing cars too soon?
Well, blame the new car smell. It's a powerful psychological trigger that totally overrides logical budgeting.
Then add intense social pressure. Seriously, Instagram and TikTok constantly amplify our urge for status signaling.
But look at the reality. That shiny illusion of wealth hides a relentless, continuous payment trap.
So before you buy, ask yourself, are you actually upgrading your life or just leaking money?
Hey there, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're exposing the true hidden costs of buying a brand new car. So look past that shiny exterior for a second. What's that new car smell actually going to cost you? It's kind of like an iceberg, right? That flashy sticker price is literally just the tip of the whole shebang. Okay, let's dive into this. The real villain? Depreciation. Your car's financial value is literally just evaporating. The harsh truth is a brand new ride loses a massive chunk of value the absolute second you buy it. It doesn't just dip, it plummets. Seriously, year by year, thousands of dollars just poof, vanish into thin air. From the minute you grab the keys through year 3, that compounded financial damage just aggressively stacks up. And the return on that lost value? A big, fat 0. Just your hard-earned money totally disappearing. But wait, it doesn't stop there. Now we get into the continuous, everyday drains on your wallet. You know, insurance, registration, annual taxes, they aren't one-offs. They snowball fast right on top of your car payment. So your fixed sticker price is suddenly at war with these super unpredictable, increasingly expensive insurance premiums. It turns into this totally inescapable cycle. Step by step, fees and recurring taxes just systematically drain your bank account. Which brings us to a crazy realization. You're now in the absolutely most dangerous period of car ownership. Experts actually warn that these first few years do the most financial damage. It is a massive wake-up call. So with all these hidden costs stacking up, I gotta ask, is that new car smell really worth it? Today, we're totally rethinking the long road to lasting wealth. So what's the actual secret to lasting wealth? Well, spoiler alert, it's rarely what you see up front. Let's meet Sarah. She perfectly embodies this powerful financial concept we call the 10-year driver. Her simple blueprint entirely skips that brutal depreciation trap, keeping most folks stuck in constant debt. Here's the real game changer. While society normalizes flashy spending, Sarah quietly focuses on compounding her assets. By skipping those crazy monthly payments, she funnels her cash into the ultimate hidden upgrade, financial freedom. It's the ultimate money paradox, right? Building true wealth often means choosing not to look rich at all. So look closely at your own habits. Are you upgrading your lifestyle, or are you upgrading your freedom?
Let's dive right in. Today, we're unlocking the absolute massive wealth velocity hidden inside compound returns. Okay, picture 500 bucks. It's a super familiar monthly number most of us know really well, right? Because society totally normalizes this exact amount as just your standard everyday monthly car payment. But what actually happens when we force that same money down two entirely different paths? Enter the investment effect. That's the compounding growth generated when your capital is actively invested instead of spent. On path 1, your money vanishes into a depreciating asset. It literally loses value every single month. But on path 2, that exact same cash goes to work, snowballing into serious compounding returns. Let's fast forward 10 years. You guys, the mathematical difference between these two paths becomes completely staggering. The data shows a massive, explosive gap between a flat car's value and that sweet compounding growth. And as our source perfectly puts it, this is where the story starts getting unfair. Because the velocity of wealth building heavily favors the compounding investment effect. So ask yourself, is your $500 driving away or accelerating your own wealth velocity?
On the financial resilience divide. Ever wonder why some thrive while others completely panic? So what happens when layoffs hit? Imagine your main income just vanishing overnight. Where does that leave you? When a recession strikes, layoffs usually follow. Look, these massive economic storms are completely out of our hands. But hey, we can control our prep. Meet Jake. He's standing right in the path of this storm. On the flip side, we've got Sarah. She's facing the exact same threat, but holding a massive shield. Their personal choices created a huge divide. Jake's trapped by negative equity, while Sarah's sitting on cash reserves. The exact same shock causes total financial panic for Jake, but totally calm, calculated decisions for Sarah. The takeaway here, same economy, vastly different outcomes. Your financial resilience literally dictates your daily emotional reality. So ask yourself today, when that next inevitable downturn hits, whose shoes are you going to be in?
Hey there! Today we're unpacking a totally hidden asset that's actually way more valuable than a huge salary.
So what is this invisible wealth? Well, it's definitely not flashy cars or giant mansions. It's something else.
Let's look at Sarah and Jake. They make the exact same money, but their financial realities? Completely different. See, Sarah has this hidden cushion. If her boss is toxic, she can literally just walk right out. But Jake, he's totally trapped by massive monthly bills. Quitting a terrible job just isn't happening for him. The secret here is optionality. It's the ultimate invisible lifestyle upgrade. It just means having the freedom to choose. And it's not just theory. This kind of optionality unlocks 4 massive benefits that completely change everything. First up, way less financial stress. When you aren't scraping by paycheck to paycheck, your daily anxiety just vanishes. Second, you get a much bigger emergency fund. It's like a financial shield against life's crazy curveballs. Third, real career flexibility. You get to negotiate your path from a place of total strength, not desperation. Finally, the ability to take risks. With that safety net, taking a leap to start a business? Totally doable. Because really, true wealth isn't just a number. It's having options. So which life are you building today? Today, we're unpacking why the truly wealthy think totally differently about their cash. Get this, the richest people in the room? Yeah, they rarely actually look the part. Why? Well, the wealthy quietly stack up assets, while average consumers just buy flashy appearances. It's all about timing. Consumers spend for today's comfort, but the wealthy build for tomorrow's freedom. So how does this actually look in real life? Just peek into an everyday millionaire's driveway. Instead of constantly upgrading, they drive reliable cars way longer, totally dodging that massive depreciation trap. This really flips how we view success. Are your purchases signaling true wealth or just fleeting status? Leaving you with this to close our explainer, are you building real assets or just appearances? Today, we're breaking down how your wallet actually dictates your emotional well-being. When a massive economic shock hits, what really happens to your day-to-day life? The economy shifts fast, bringing that ultimate external storm straight to your doorstep. Sudden, widespread layoffs. Take Jake. He's facing this exact storm, but he's already carrying a massive, invisible weight. See, Jake enters the downturn burdened by a huge monthly car payment. That shiny car? Total anchor. He's hit with negative equity. Because he owes way more than the car is worth, he's completely trapped. With zero escape route from this underwater debt, getting laid off triggers instant, absolute panic for Jake. Now, let's contrast Jake's nightmare with Sarah. She's staring down the exact same layoff scenario. But Sarah goes into the downturn totally free of auto loans. Her car is 100% paid off. Instead of feeding a debt machine like Jake, she's built up a solid fortress of cash reserves. Protected by that liquid cash cushion, Sarah processes the layoff with steady, calm, and deliberate decision-making. This is wild, right? Your emotional state during a crisis is totally predetermined by your past financial choices. The lesson here is absolutely clear. Debt breeds panic, while liquidity literally buys you peace of mind. This matters because an identical external shock creates two completely different, life-altering human realities. So ask yourself, if a recession hit tomorrow, which side of this divide would you be on?
Today, we're tackling the 10-year car challenge, a surprisingly simple secret to serious wealth.
So ask yourself, what actually happens when you totally rethink your relationship with your daily drive?
Well, the answer's radical but simple. Just commit to the exact same vehicle for a full decade. This takes a massive mindset shift, right? Stop viewing cars as status symbols and just see the utility.
The foundation is super straightforward. Buy extreme reliability and ruthlessly cut out any expensive, unnecessary upgrades.
It's the ultimate choice, guys. Stay trapped on that expensive upgrade treadmill or quietly invest the difference. Okay, so how do we actually pull this off in the real world? Let's break it down.
It all comes down to a simple 4-part framework. Buy, maintain, ignore, and, most crucially, invest. First up, buy for extreme reliability. You're securing 10 years of peace of mind, not a fleeting status symbol. Second, maintain it aggressively. Spending a few $100 now prevents a massive wealth-draining breakdown later.
Next, put your blinders on. Completely ignore those flashy car trends and the intense cultural pressure to upgrade.
Finally, take that monthly car payment you just avoided and invest it. Then, watch that compound interest explode.
Right, let's compress all this into a fast-paced summary that you can actually use right now.
These are your immediate action steps. Follow them today to start rapidly redirecting your cash flow.
So look out at your driveway. Is your current car a financial drain or a real wealth-building tool?
Today, we're unpacking the real hidden costs of luxury. Let's talk about driving wealth. So, society loves to say your car is a status symbol, but does it actually prove you're successful? We see a shiny new luxury ride and think, wow, they made it. But that totally blinds us. Real success, it's not parked outside. It's financial freedom, compounding investments, zero debt, and having actual life choices. Take Jake and Sarah, two folks making the exact same salary, but with completely different car habits. Jake kept upgrading, basically drowning in car loans. Sarah kept her reliable ride and invested the extra cash. In just 1 decade, that one simple choice snowballed into a massive, life-changing wealth gap between them. So here's the bottom line. The car sitting in your driveway doesn't actually determine your overall wealth. But constantly swapping it out just to keep up appearances, yeah, that will absolutely wreck your wealth. So quick reality check. Be honest with yourself. Exactly how long have you owned your current vehicle? Real luxury is owning your financial future, not a car payment. Could you drive yours a full decade?